So guys, I've been up since 4 AM. I have done a boot camp class. I have done my shift at work. I have worked out myself. I have done some cardio myself. I have taken part in a spin class myself today. I've literally got in. Don't know if you can still see my sweat patches. I haven't washed or changed yet. I am literally going back out in a bit to go do another spin class. Yeah, there's no rest for the wicked, is there? But hey, that's life. Hey guys, and welcome to my world. So guys, I have already shot this movie review, but my camera decided to die on me. I know, I should check the battery life. I should really remember that. I'm just going to have to write it down somewhere. Put it on the camera like check battery. But, oh my god, I've got to talk about this movie again. What am I going to do? Not happy bunny. Hashtag Easter. So guys, let's talk about Life. Now I saw Life the other night, 10 PM showing. It took me an hour and 40 minutes to walk. I decided to walk to the cinema, yes. Hour and 40 minutes to walk there, treated myself to it, by myself, got myself a little pick and mix. I know, I indulged, I had fun. Now, the positives with this movie is that for a science fiction horror movie, a sci-fi horror movie, this looks beautiful. Now, the worst thing a sci-fi movie can do is have terrible CGI and just look bad, because then you're just not invested in the atmosphere, and the overall film is just like, you know what, I don't care. But this movie, the CGI is great. All the scenes in outer space, in the International Space Station, just look beautiful. So yeah, I was really invested in the atmosphere that it's set up in this movie. It was just great. So other positives in this movie is the acting. The acting is great. As you know, it stars Ryan Reynolds. It stars my favourite working actor today, Jake Gyllenhaal. I love everything he chooses to do. And they're great. They're great in this. But the negative is they don't really have much to work with. Now, the script, I don't know whether it's the script or what they were given, the way they were directed, but they're not really developed as much as I'd like. It's probably the script or lack thereof, but the characters aren't really developed or given a backstory. Now, obviously, the characters you're invested in most, Ryan Reynolds, just for the way he is, he's playing Ryan Reynolds in this, he's playing Deadpool in this, he's being himself, so he's making you laugh. So, as a character, you're sort of invested in him, you care a little about him because he's bringing the humour. Other than that, the only other character that I sort of felt something for was, I cannot remember his name, the Asian guy in this. Now, he's given a sort of backstory back on Earth, which would, it made you care about him a bit. Other than that, other characters in this aren't really given development or backstory really. They try and give Jake Gyllenhaal's character sort of backstory with him being intrinsic in himself. Other than that, but it didn't really work for me, and the development he had. So therefore, him being one of my working actors, my favourite working actors today, being in films like Enemy, Nightcrawler, Source Code, Donnie Darko, all that sort of stuff, Southpaw, the character development he has in his movies, phenomenal. Hashtag Southpaw. But in this, he doesn't really get given much. So for me, that was a big negative. And I was sort of disappointed because I left like, oh, do you know what? Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't really used as much as he should have been in that. And that, for me, they didn't really need A-list actors in this movie. They could have just gone with complete unknowns and it wouldn't have been any different, really. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the way they utilised the A-list actors in. So guys, this being a science fiction sci-fi horror, it takes a lot of points from Alien, okay? Now, what this film does really, really well is it grounds it in realistic, sort of scientific terms. It gives it a very grounded, realistic feel to the movie. And you sort of buy into that really, really well. The way they set up being an organism, stuff like that, is so great that it was a very, very nice touch on the sci-fi horror, and the way they went about it, I absolutely really, really liked. And Alien, look looks so cool. It was so different to what I thought I was going to get. And I really, really enjoyed the way that they sort of changed it throughout the movie. It was so, and adapted it, and it evolved sort of thing. Really, really liked that. And it looks so cool. And at parts in this movie, they sort of show you it from the alien sort of perspective. So the way they shoot it, it felt very Predator-esque. Which was a nice sort of nod to that and other Alien movies, and it felt so cool to watch. I was sat there and I was like, yeah, that's a cool shot, I like that, that's really cool. Oh, it's like Predator. Absolutely loved that, and I was sat there enjoying myself every time it took that sort of shot in the movie. Talking about the way the movie is shot, the imagery you get in this is great. It really is. The way they utilise gravity in this as well is phenomenal. It's so good. Like, at the beginning of the movie, you've got like juice box floating around. It's so cool. Just stuff in the background that they didn't even need to put in. So cool. You've got two characters sat here talking. You've got this walkie-talkie on a rope just between them. It's stuff like that that really sells the movie and just draws you in more to the environment, the atmosphere, and I love that about it. And then you get a scene, okay? Now, this is by far the best scene in the movie. It's very early on. The best scene in the movie is with Ryan Reynolds, the alien, in the lab. Absolutely great. I'm not even lying. And it was so early on, which sort of disappointed me, because after that, nothing really compared to it. And if you know the scene I'm talking about, you know what I mean when I say the way they utilise gravity to do with something between Ryan Reynolds and the alien is so good. It's so well done. And I was sat there, I was so drawn in. Just that scene alone, I was just like, this is awesome. It was so cool to see. And then after that, nothing really compared to that scene. And I was just like, nah. And it sort of disappointed me by the end of the movie. So yeah, with the lab scene and nothing really comparing to it, the way the movie does this is the first half of the movie, I'm going to say, it's great setup for the alien. It's a great build-up. It feels very claustrophobic, very suspenseful, very tension-filled. And the lab scene utilises that so well. The first half of the movie is very much like that, claustrophobic, oh my god, we're very, very jam-packed, hide, tension, suspenseful sort of sci-fi horror. And I love that about it. And then the second half of the movie sort of comes into play with the alien sort of taking on a different role in the movie. And it twists. It flips it up on its head and it's more of a cat and mouse. And they sort of play the game of who's going to die next. That's pretty much the second half of the movie. And I was just like, do you know what? I'm not invested in these characters enough to care. So I don't care who you kill. It was very underwhelming considering the great beginning that they had the first half and the lab scene. It just, guys, nothing compared to it. And after that, I was just sat there watching this cat and mouse game, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to enjoy you dying. That's pretty much it. Very dark. So overall, this movie is beautifully shot. It's well acted, given the development that the actors were given to work with for the characters. Other than that, the movie's quite dull at parts, specifically in the second half as well, considering that you're not invested in the characters enough to care for them, really, or the situation they're in. So yeah, it's very dull at parts. Parts of this movie sort of dragged as well, like it was like, oh, come on, get on with it. And then by the end, it doesn't really pay off. And the ending was very, very predictable. Like, there's two sort of things going on, okay, at the end. I'm not spoiling them. And you just know straight away what's going to happen. You just know, and you're just like, yeah, that's going to happen. It's going to end like that. And it does. I was sat there like, oh, okay. Knew it. So, yeah, by the first half, great. The second half, not so much. Dull, dragged. And by the end, didn't really pay off. And it was just very, very predictable. So, guys, that's my thoughts on Life. If you like the sci-fi horror, definitely recommend it. Especially for the first half. Go check out that if you can. But yeah, guys, have you seen Life and what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comment section below. I've also shot my Q&A recently, so I'll link that here and in the description below, along with other movie reviews that I've seen, like I saw Get Out, I'll link that. I've seen Logan, so on and so on. I've also recently seen Beauty and the Beast and The Boss Baby. I've yet to shoot movie reviews for those, just due to lack of time. So if you do want to see my thoughts on Beauty and the Beast or The Boss Baby, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will try my best to get a movie review shot for those. I've also booked in this month to see Fast and the Furious 8, which I'm not looking forward to. Dom is not bad. Dom is not bad, okay? And I've also booked in to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I am so jacked for. So guys, if you want to see my thoughts on those are priority. Especially Guardians. That is priority movie review coming to you. It is, guys, you know me. Most anticipated movie. Go check out my most anticipated movies of 2017. I'll link that there. But yeah, guys, hit subscribe if you want to see those movie reviews. Stay tuned for those. And yeah, guys, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See you later!
So guys, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay up to date with content from me, then click subscribe here. I've linked a few other videos here for your entertainment. If you want to check those out, just click on the image shown. If not, look over my channel. I'm sure there's some other content you will enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, take care.